a new platform-independent SaaS solution for track and trace from the industry experts. Kvinta efficiently integrates with different parties to provide a compliant track and trace process and mitigates business risks while maximizing the flexibility of the integration.
My name is Natalia Shevchenko. I am head of product department of Arla Foods, Russia. Arla Foods is one of the largest dairy producers in the world and the fourth largest milk processing company in the world.
3 Keys is a dedicated serialization and track and trace consulting company. We deliver track and trace projects globally and across industries using a vendor-agnostic approach.
We have chosen Kvinta solution as it is an efficient, independent cloud solution that allowed us to implement this project on a tight schedule, and because of its beneficial price and quality ratio and renowned international reputation in the track and trace market. Before the start of the project, we were worried about how we should build new business processes in compliance with the track and trace requirements. For us, the serialization project started with an understanding of the track and trace requirements to our products and an analysis of the existing business processes.
The project for Arla Foods, as well as any project for the dairy industry in Russia, has some specific features. First of all, as in this case, the regulators' requirements for the dairy companies are introduced in stages. And therefore, this project is implemented in more than one stage, and is extended in time. It is also worth noting that for the dairy industry, the integration with the Mercury system is of importance.
We combine various business models, both our own production in Europe and contract production in other countries, including Russia.
Arla Foods has a very complex supply structure. Some of their products are produced locally and some abroad, which is partly the company's own production and partly contract one. That's why at the first stage we were faced with the challenge of integration with different business partners, which have their own specific features both in information systems and in business processes. That was very exciting and unusual. Due to the diversity of manufacturing partners, we've implemented 2 scenarios of working with customs, such as creating an ATC for non-aggregated products for filing a customs declaration, as well as transferring a list of aggregates to a customs broker. We are preparing to use the Kvinta mobile solution at 3PL warehouses that provide Arla Food services in Russia. At the next stage, we plan to connect 3PL warehouses using API. We will also launch the integration of Kvinta and SAP ERP to form electronic universal transfer documents in compliance with track and trace requirements.
We had to launch the project in the shortest possible timeline in the lack of a well-functioning serialization system, since it is the dairy segment in the food industry where it was primarily introduced.
In the course of this project, we were faced with a unique situation. That is, unfortunately, not all processes could be tested in the test system. It has turned out that some government systems, despite the availability of test systems, do not provide for full integration between them. So it was impossible to test some end-to-end processes in the test system. That's why we had to make some discoveries already in the productive system. Fortunately, we did it successfully.
We expect that the requirements to the track and trace system would become increasingly stringent to ensure maximum transparency in the process.
From what we see on the market now, we may say that the state will not stop, and more commodities groups will become subject to the requirements of the product serialization and traceability. We also see that the business has realized the positive aspects of these regulators' requirements, and we see that in some industries, some projects are even of a bigger scope. When manufacturers and other market players want to get their additional business benefits from the implementation of these projects. So we see some kind of bottom-up movement, including when companies want to make labeling projects for their own needs, and not just in order to comply with legal requirements.
We advise to identify the project's stakeholders and to ensure their maximum involvement.
My advice perhaps will be a little trite, but I would recommend that all future participants in the Track and Trace project start getting involved as early as possible. Participate in webinars and meetings held by the regulator, so that by the time the requirements take shape, they already may have a picture of the upcoming regulatory environment. Perhaps participating in work groups will even allow you to influence some of the decisions to be made, and, if you leave it too late, you will have to make decisions very quickly. You will not have time to act wisely. We would not recommend doing this, so get ready as early as possible.
Hello, my name is Olaf Huderitz, the Managing Director of Kvinta, the next generation track and trace solution provider, operating globally and across various industries. We are extremely happy to have Arla Foods as a valued customer out of the dairy industry. The joint team of Arla, 3 Keys and Kvinta has successfully realized this serialization project in a very challenging environment. Thank you to the project team. This is all what Kvinta is about, to mitigate the business risk of our clients. On top of that, we will further expand the functionalities to provide our clients additional benefits beyond the pure compliance. Arla, thank you very much for this great opportunity.